Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome again to Mathematics and I. It is the presenter Jefferson, and today on the board we have a new topic known as simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations. Now, what do you understand by the word simultaneous equations? Now, simultaneous equations are a type of equation that has to do with two or more variables that you get their values simultaneously or one after the other. Now, it could be the values are x and y, and then you are told to find the value of x and also find the value of y. And also, you should understand that the equations in simultaneous equations are more than one. You have two equations and you have three equations, depending on the number of variables that is given in the question. So, for instance, in an equation containing x and y, it means we're going to have two equations. And also, in an equation consisting of x, y, and z, it means we're going to be having three equations because we have three variables. Now, solving simultaneous equation problems, we can solve equations that are simultaneous using different methods. Now, we can use the eliminating method, we can use the substitution method, we can use the matrix method, and as well we can use the graphical method. So we are going to be, solving simultaneous equations using this method, in different videos. But today's video, we are going to be looking at solving simultaneous equations using eliminating method. Using eliminating method. Now, how do you use eliminating method in solving simultaneous equation? Now, I'm going to be bringing out two examples, and after this, you will understand how you can use eliminating method in solving simultaneous equations. All right, now, let us begin. Okay, imagine you are given a question like this. Solve for x and y in the equations below. In the equations below. Solve for x and y in the equation below. Now, you already know we have two variables here. We're going to be having two equations. Now, question number one says, 4x plus 2y equal to 6, and let's say 3y plus 2x equal to 4. Now, number two, let us say, okay, 3x minus 4y 3x minus 4y equal to 1, and let's say 3x, okay, minus y, okay, equal to, let's say, minus 2. Okay, now imagine we are given these two questions to solve, and then we are asked to find the values of x and y. Using eliminating method, how do you solve for the values? Now we're going to start like this. Now I want you to listen very, very attentively. Now question number one says 4x plus 2y is equal to 6, and 3y plus 2x. Now naturally, what started here? X. So it means I'm going to bring my x first, which is what? 2x plus, now what do we have here? 3y is equal to, what do I have here? 4. Now, without wasting time, this is the first equation, equation 1, and this is the second equation, equation 2. But don't forget, we are using eliminating method. Now, what does it mean to eliminate? To eliminate means to remove something completely that you can't find it there anymore. Now, when you are using eliminating method in solving simultaneous equation, this is what you do. The first thing you observe is, observe the variables and the coefficients. If any of them in equation 1 and equation 2 are the same. Now let's begin. X coefficient here is 4, y coefficient here is 2. X coefficient here is 2, Y coefficient here is 3. Now you will notice that none of the coefficients are the same. The x's are different and the y's are different. So what do? It means you cannot eliminate here at this point. You can only eliminate if only the x's are the same or the y's are the same. Now what do? You have to make sure that one of these are the same. Either you make x to be the same or you make y to be the same. Now in this case, I want to make the coefficient of x to be the same. Now how would I do that? This is what you do. Now the coefficient of x in equation 2 is 2. I will say times 2. Now the coefficient of x in equation 1 is 4. And I will say times 4. Now multiplying the equations we have is 2 times 4x gives us 8x plus 2 times 2y gives us 4y equal to 2 times 6 gives us 12. Now you call this what? Equation 3. Now, 4 times 2x gives us 8x plus 4 times 3y gives us 12y equal to 4 times 4 gives us 16. Now, what do you call this? Equation 4. Now, you will notice that in equation 3 and equation 4, the coefficient of x is the same. Why? Because I made it so using the coefficient to multiply equation 1 and 2. So now that one of the variables are the same, what do? You minus. That is what you do. See, the minus. You subtract. Now, subtracting class, we're going to have something like this. 8x minus 8x is 0. Now, what does that mean? It means we have eliminated x. We just eliminate x. Now, if 8x minus 8x is 0, what do I have here? 4y minus plus 12y. 4y minus plus 12y. Now, minus times plus will give us minus. What do we have? 4y minus 12y. Now, 4y minus 12y will give us minus 8y. Because why? Why is there a negative sign? Because 12y is bigger than 4y. And there is no way you can subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. There must be a negative sign. Now let's proceed. 12 minus 16 will give us minus 4. The same thing applies. You can't remove bigger number from a smaller number. Now what are we looking for, class? The value of y. Now for us to get y, it means y has to be the subject of the formula. Now if y needs to be the subject of the formula, I need to remove minus 8. And how can I remove minus 8? By dividing both sides by minus 8. Class, when I divide both sides by minus 8, what do I have here? Y is equal to, first, when minus cancel out minus, what can divide 4 and 8? The highest number that can divide 4 and 8 is 4. Now when 4 cancel 4, 1. When 4 cancel 8, 2. So it means the value of y is 1 over 2. Okay, now that the value of y is 1 over 2, what is the next thing we are looking for now? The value of x. And now, how can you get the value of x? It is very simple. You can use equation 1, you can use equation 2, you can use equation 3 and 4. So far, anywhere you see y, what do you give? 1 over 2, which is the value. Now, in this case, I want to make use of equation 1 in solving this math. Now, using equation 1 says 4x plus 2y is equal to 6. But anywhere I see y, what would I give? 1 over 2. So here becomes 4x plus 2 bracket 1 over 2 is equal to 6. Now class, what do we do? 4x plus 2 times 1 gives us 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1 equal to 6. Now, collecting like term, because I cannot add 1 to 4x because 1 is not carrying x. So when I collect like terms, plus 1 will cross to mean 6 and then becomes minus 1. So what do I have? 4x is equal to 6 minus 1. And then, what does that mean? 4x, in this case, 4x is equal to 5 because 6 minus 1 is 5. Now for us to get the value of x, what do? We need to make x the subject of the formula. And how can we make x the subject of the formula? By dividing both sides by 4. Here becomes over 4 and here becomes over 4. So when 4 cancel out 4, what do I have? X is equal to 5 over 4. Therefore, x is 5 over 4 y is, what's our y? 1 over 2. Now, this is the value of x and y using eliminating method. It is as simple as that. How did I say you go about this eliminating method? Make sure that either x is the same or y is the same. But when none are the same, what do? Make one of them to be the same by using their coefficient to multiply the equations and getting equation 3 and 4. And then what do you do next? You subtract. Okay, let us go to question number 2, which says 3x minus 4y equal to 1, 3x minus y equal to minus 2. Let's go there. Okay, 3x minus 4y equal to 1, which is equation 1. 3x minus y equal to minus 2, which is equation 2. Okay, now, what method are we using? Eliminating method. How did I say you go about it? Check. X is carrying 3, x is carrying 3. They are the same. So what does that mean? There is no need for me to multiply anything again because one of them is the same. So I'll just come here and minus directly. You understand? You minus directly because why? The x's are the same. So when I minus, I'm going to get this. 3x minus 3x is 0. Now I have, let me bring it out. I have minus 4y minus y. Minus 4y minus y. Now, minus times minus will give us plus. What do I have? Minus 4y plus y. Now, minus means you are owing. Now, if you are owing 4y, plus means you pay. Then you pay y out of the 4y you are owing. What would you be owing now? 3y. So automatically, what do I have here? Minus 3y. Why is there still minus? Because you are still owing. Now, equal to. Now, what do I have here? You know, I like bringing them out so that you see how it works. Now, I have 1 minus 2. Now, minus times minus gives us plus. What do we have? 1 plus 2. And what is the answer? 3. So automatically I have 3 here. Now, if I'm looking for the value of y, what do? I divide both sides by minus 3. Now here becomes over minus 3. And here becomes over minus 3. Now when minus 3 comes towards minus 3, what do I have? Y. Now 3 divided by minus 3 will give us what? Minus 1. So it means the value of y is minus 1. Now how did I say you get the value of x? Very simple. And either you use equation 1 or you use equation 2, you are still going to get the same answer. So far, anywhere you see the value of y, what do you give? Which is what? Minus 1. The value of y, which is minus 1. Now, I want to use equation 2 to solve this math. Now, using equation 2, equation 2 says 3x minus y is equal to minus 2. But, what is y? Y is minus 1. So, what do we have? 3x minus into the bracket of minus 1 is equal to minus 2. So what do we have? 3x minus times minus will give us plus 1 is equal to minus 2. Now, I cannot add 1 to 3x because 1 is not carrying x. Now, when plus 1 crosses, it becomes what? Minus 1. So what do I have left here? 3x is equal to minus 2 minus 1. So what do I have? 3x is equal to, when you are owing 2 and you are owing 1, how much are you owing? 3. It becomes another minus 3. Now divide both sides by 3. When 3 cancels out 3, what does that mean? X is also minus 1. Therefore, x is equal to minus 1 and also y is equal to minus 1. So, class, you have seen how you can use eliminating method in solving simultaneous equation. Now, in our next class, we shall be looking at how can we use substitution method in also solving simultaneous equation. Now, I believe you have learned something new today, and please don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. And also, please, make sure you study this. When you are going through this class, Be there with your past questions, be there with your textbooks, so that you will see how this thing really works. And also for you to test your ability and your level of understanding. So with these few examples, we have come to the end of today's class. Till we meet again in our next class, remain blessed.